Right, so hello everybody, how is it going? I hope that you are all doing well, and welcome back to another video and another train review. Now, before I show you what the engine is, even though you know what it is already, you can probably tell that the camera has changed, the setup has changed. That's because where I've previously done my reviews, there is something called a Christmas tree. Now, don't hate me, I know it's not December yet, but we always put our Christmas tree and Christmas decks up in November, so until Christmas is over, we are going to have the reviews in this position. If you prefer them in this position, then I'll obviously keep this, but as soon as Christmas is over, we'll be going back. But obviously, as you know, the train we'll be looking at is this, the Bachmann Class 47. Now, we've had this a few years now. I can't exactly remember how much we paid for it. We bought it at a model shop in Paisley in Scotland, which is next to Glasgow. Like I said, can't remember how much we paid for it. But the RRP on Bachmann's website is £179.95. But if you shop around, you can find it for cheaper. On the Model Centre, it's going for £152.95, and on Hatton's, I think it said £154. So obviously, if you shop around, you'll get a better deal. But basically, same as a few times before. This is a re-review as always. Previous review of this was awful, and again, don't have a box for this. Well, we bought it with a box, but I don't know where it is, which is a bit of a shame. So this is just a review, not an unboxing review, but we're going to have a look at her in some more detail. So as always, I'm going to start from the front, so if I just pick it up and bring it over here. So on the front we do have separately fitted wing scrubbers. This one's got a bit broken, which is a bit of a shame, but that's not Bachmann's fault. We got a separately fitted handrail here, which is separately painted as well, but isn't metal, which is a shame. We've got two handrails there, which are all separately fitted. Sorry if it's a bit shaky. My positioning of my hand is a bit awkward because I've got a light over there and a light over this side, so it's a bit awkward trying to hold the model without knocking everything. Anyway, we do have these two headlights here which light up, and we've got this sort of what I could only call and class as a head code, which says 4035. That lights up, and we do have two electrical warning signs. Down here we do have sprung buffers, as you can see, and we do have slimline couplings, but they're not NEM pockets, I don't think. Moving along this side, I'll try and not the camera, whoops, try and hold the train in a better position for showing you, and I knocked the camera again. Let me just move the lighting around, that's better. So we do have the number 1764 here. We have some separately printed detail down here. Separately fitted handlebars, which are metal, confusingly. Don't know why this one at the front isn't metal, but those are. But anyway, obviously we have the cab in there, but this isn't the driving end. There is a driver at the other end, as you will see. Moving along, we've got these sort of grill things, which are the same colour as the body and are just moulded into the plastic. We do have a window here, which I'm not 100% sure what this window is for. If any of you guys know, leave a comment down below. We have the British Railway logo, which is obviously the later version, as this is a diesel. Middle of the engine, we have some separately fitted handrails for sort of ladder area to get up, warning sign, and a door to get into the engine compartment. Continuing along, obviously we do have the window again, and we have the sort of what I could only class as a sort of shutter thing. It looks like, judging by here, they would open in real life and you could move them up. That's just a guess, not 100% sure. And again, same here, the detail is exactly the same, numbers the same, and separately fitted and metal handlebars. The only difference on the front is you do see the driver in there. There's good old Cameron II. And the head code is slightly different. This is IE-I5 or 1E15 or IE15, depending how you want to say it. Sprung buffers again, and you can see we do have the slimline coupling pocket, but this doesn't have it, as this is the driving end. And moving along to this end as well, the detail is the same. Obviously, 70-fitted handlebars, the window, the British Robbers logo, the sort of moulded grille area. All the detail is exactly the same. On the top, we do have 2 fans, which I don't think they move when the train is moving. Not 100% sure what these are as well. Again, if anyone knows what they are, please let me know down below. Not at all sure what they are. To me, they just look like sort of compartments to get to the engine, maybe. And you've got these 2 areas here. One of them, I presume, is the exhaust. I was going to say this is the exhaust here, this sort of circular one, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to say one of them is a sort of exhaust where the sort of plumes of diesel fuel and fumes come out. And obviously, down here, I didn't mention on the fuel tank, there is a separately painted fuel gauge. If I just get that close, will the camera focus on it? No, don't think it will focus, but there is a sort of dash on there. Moving on to the bogies, you can see there are springs there. Hold on, there we go. You can see we've got some springs there, and the bogie detail is fairly decent. And talking about the bogies, we do have complete metal wheels and all-wheel pickup. All of them, well, not really all-wheel pickup. I mean all driving wheels, every single wheel on this, so all the 6 wheels on this axle and all the 6 wheels on this axle on this set even move. So we've got all wheel power, which is very good for reliability, which I'm happy about that. But I'm going to take the body off and we'll take a look at her mechanism. Right, so here we are with the body off, and as you could probably tell from that time lapse, it was being a bit of a pain, mainly the clips. Now, if you watch my class 66 review, this is similar. It has 4 screws, well technically it's got 6 screws. It's got 4 screws in the same positions, roughly, as the 66. It's got one there where you can see that hole. If you move the other side, you can see there. And on this side, there's one there, and same on that side. And then there's also one at each end there, and there. Now you can, the screws at the end are silver screws, but the screws in the middle are smaller black screws. That's how you can tell the difference. And then obviously, if you remember from the 66 review, you've got these sort of clips which also clip into little plastic areas on the sides of the bodies there and there and there and obviously there. So that's how the body is kept on, very secure. And obviously here you can see the circuit board, the 21-pin DCC decoder, and you can barely see through there, but the motor is inside there. But I just want to say the weight from this model comes from this whole chassis block is completely made of metal. Another thing, by investigating, you can see in there you've got the sort of gearing and sort of cogs. If I just get the torch in there, you can see the cogs in there for the gearing. And obviously if you turn it upside down, you can also see through the middle. So the mechanism, you can barely see any of it, but I'm fairly sure it's a 5-pole motor. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure. I'm just going to see if I can shine the torch down this head and see if I can see any flywheels, which it appears that I can't see. So I don't know if it has any flywheels. I'll try and see if I can investigate. If it has flywheels, I'll come back to you. If I can't find out if they have, then I'll just have to rate it bearing on the motor, which fairly sure it's a 5-pole motor. But I'm going to get the body back on and see how good she runs. Right, so here we are down at the railway, and as usual we are going to do the slow speed test over the points. Now I'm just going to move this Christmas tree out of the way so you can get a better view. Now she's already set forwards, and as you can see the front of her is lit up like I said, where the sort of head code, I guess you could call it. So I'm going to gently edge the controller up. So she's on her move. I'm just trying it slightly slower, and I think that is as slow as she will go. Could try and get her to go slower. Nope, she has stopped. Right, so I think that is roughly about as slow as she can go, and that is a very nice slow speed, very smooth as well. Another bit of a flicker, but we'll just speed her up. So that's very nice, and then we'll go backwards. So slow speed performance is very nice, so that's a good thing in favour. Let's just see how her manoeuvrability over other points is. So set her forward again, get her going, see how she goes over the points, and it's very smoothly, hasn't hit anything, hasn't derailed, so that is very nice. And back over. Very good. And she hasn't cut out at all on the points. So that is very good for that part of performance. So, and I'm now going to take her round to hook up with her coaches. So here she comes around the bend, just about to hook up with her coaches, and you'll recognise the coaches she is going to be pulling because they're in my last review. Oh, that's too fast, stop it there. So obviously it is the maroon BR coaches with a nice blood and custard restaurant car in the middle. So we are going to bring her forward. That's still backwards. Bring her forward. There we go. Get her up to a nice running speed. I would say a bit faster. I'd say that is roughly a good speed for her. But as you know, she will not be alone. If I just bring the other engine around. So the other engine she'll be running with is a fellow Bachmann diesel. Just as it comes around here, it is the Class 37, and she is hauling some intercity 125 coaches, because why not? Couldn't find any other coaches that would look decent with her, so I thought I'd just run the coaches for my intercity 125. I don't think it looks that bad. It looks quite nice with that. Get that roughly up to the same speed that the 47 is going. Very nice indeed. And obviously I'm now going to switch to doing alternative angles with a nice bit of music. So I do hope that you enjoy them. enjoyed those various alternative angles. I'm now just going to stop the 37 and get the 47 up to full speed, just to show you how fast she goes. And for 100% power, that is roughly the sort of speed I would expect. Not too fast, but it's not too slow either. It could be maybe a tad slower, but I don't think it is mega awful. So I'm just going to slow it down back to its normal speed, which was about, I think maybe a bit slower. No, it was roughly about there. But anyway, we are now going to conclude the video, but first off, here are my ratings for the Bachmann Class 47. So here are my ratings for the Bachmann Class 47. Detail, I've given it 5 stars. I can't fault it. Yes, there are a couple of bits. For instance, the doors to the cabs have got metal handlebars, but I feel even though the front handlebars were plastic, they could have been metal, but I don't think that tiny little nitpick is worthy of giving it 1 less star. The detail is fantastic. Separately fitted parts, sprung buffers, a lovely livery, the paint job is fantastic. The detail is just top notch. Same again with the performance. Didn't stall on any points, it didn't slow down, fantastic slow speed, not too fast as well, the gearing is really good, and overall it is a very well good performer. The mechanism, again, 5 stars. 5-pole motor, dual flywheels, all-wheel drive. Fairly sure it's all-wheel pickup, but I could be wrong. The mechanism, absolutely fantastic. 5-pole motors are the best. Dual flywheels, any flywheel, just a single flywheel, adds smoothness to it. But a dual flywheel really adds that performance better, if that makes any sense. All-wheel drive, reliability is fantastic. I just can't fault them. The value, however, is where it does go down. Bachmann need to sort out your pricing. I know it takes a lot of money to produce these models, but when you're, I'll put it in inverted commas, ripping off the customers, it puts them off. Now, £179.95 isn't the worst I've seen from Bachmann. That is a fairly alright price from Bachmann. But some of their RRPs are like over £200 and it's just ridiculous. Like I said, this is fine. Go to a retailer, like I showed, the Model Centre, 154 is more reasonable. That is roughly sort of what I would expect to pay for the ratings I've given. 5 stars for detail, 5 stars for performance, 5 stars for mechanism. Just the value just takes it down a bit. But overall, that is a total score of 18 out of 20, which is fantastic for a model. Detail, top notch. Performance, perfect. Mechanism, brilliant. Just the value for money, just a bit too high. But overall, 18 out of 20. But let's finish the video. So I would like to thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more of my videos. And I hope you have a good day. Keep safe, keep well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks everybody.